What's stopping you in shifting and changing reality right now? Like when you know about the manifestation, you come across this community and you know how to manifest. The thing that helps you to manifest pretty fast is changing your identity by shifting reality by being the person right now. So, when you know all these things, what's stopping you in shifting that reality? Because there must be some hurdle if you're not shifting right now. If you're not choosing and deciding right now, there must be some hurdle. So, I can tell you based on my own experience when I wanted to shift into the new version of me, when I was manifesting a particular thing that I want to shift in, sometimes I don't shift it. Even if I do all these techniques, strategies, but something inside of me is not shifting. And then I go within myself and ask myself why I'm not shifting. I'm waiting or looking for what? So I'm going to talk about some reasons, some common reason that could actually stop you in shifting right now, that could help you to manifest your specific person, your ex, the relationship that you want, or you're already in relationship, but the harmonious or the even more better, different, whatever you're looking for. Let's talk about that. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Whenever I post new videos, you're gonna get notified about it. I have two courses. One is a feminine energy, masculine energy course talking about how to use these energies to get what you want, whether in relationship or life in general. The second is about manifesting, attracting a relationship that you deserve, desire, straightforward, up to the point course. The links are in description along with a female self-care planner. Now let's get back to the video. So what is that thing that's actually stopping you in shifting? Some common reasons. Now there could be a lot of the reasons, but I'm gonna cover. The first is that you are waiting. You're waiting that what if the things will going to change outside by themselves? What if my person will going to say all those things that I want to hear from them? What if my ex will going to come back like that? What if my specific person will going to text me and chase after me? What if it's going to happen like that only and I don't need to shift? I don't need to go through the manifestation process. I don't need to do all those things. It's going to happen naturally. Well, the point is that there is a caveat here. If you think that you don't need any process and the things will going to happen naturally and it's going to happen whatever it is, and you're not feeling pissed by whatever you're seeing right now and you're not bothered by what's happening outside of you and you are in your state, you're living your life, then also it's part of the manifesting. It's done. You don't need to do anything. But if you are waiting, if you're like, I'm waiting, maybe one day they're going to change their mind, maybe one day this is going to happen, maybe one day it's going to be a lucky day, something like that, you're waiting, then that's not going to happen because you are in the waiting energy, you are in the waiting mode. And that waiting mode will keep you even more waiting. So that's the first reason why you're not shifting. The second is you feel pressure. I personally realized that because it's like when you're shifting your identity, you're shifting your thoughts, your feelings, you're acting and behaving and making choices as a new person, as a new identity. And sometimes it feels like a pressure. It feels like a pressure to feel in a certain way when you are not feeling it. Because your ego wants to only feel it what it had seen. Like the ego is actually living in the past. It's acting out of from the past. And you feel the pressure that I gotta feel or think the thoughts and in a certain way as a new person, as a new identity, which I'm not able to do it because my ego is thinking about the past. Because my ego is like, oh, it's not changing outside of you and why you're acting, feeling. It feels like a lie. It feels like I'm faking it. It feels like I'm lying to myself. Even the things haven't changed outside, but I'm acting and forcing myself to feel in a certain way. So it feels like a pressure. It feels like a force. And the thing is that you shouldn't feel like a pressure. When you understand that the ego is living in the past, the ego cannot give you what you want if you never experienced it before, because it can only talk about the past. It cannot talk about the unknown things. When you understand that the game of the ego, then you're not going to be feeling pressured by it. Because it feels nice, it feels fun to be in the relationship, to feel you're already in the relationship if you're not in the relationship and you're manifesting a one. It feels nice to feel loved by your specific person if you're manifesting your specific person. It feels amazing, right? It feels amazing to feel loved. It feels amazing to be in a relationship, to be a married woman or a married person, whatever it is that you want to manifest. It feels nice. But the only thing that's stopping you to feel it that way is because your ego, because ego is like, oh, it's not there. There is no physical evidence and why you are feeling and acting and like that. So that's where you feel the pressure. But when you realize that ego cannot give you what you want if you never experienced it before, because ego is actually focusing on the past, then guess what? You may even have the negative thoughts. Your ego may playing the game, but you're not gonna entertain it. You're not gonna play into that. You're not gonna investigate or trying to manipulate the situation or try to engage with your ego at all. You just see for what it is, and then you are feeling like the person that who already have the relationship, whatever it is you're manifesting. The third reason that I feel it, based on my own experience, is that you're like, you're feeling bad about what's happening outside of you. I've actually written down the notes about it because I have the, like, I got the feeling and then I write down the notes because sometimes I forget about it. But anyways, the third reason that you're not shifting is you feeling bad about what's happening outside of you. If something happening outside of you, if your person says, does, act, behave in a certain way that you don't like it, and you're feeling bad about it, guess what? You're not going to be shifting. Because your ego is feeling the bad. If you knew that you're already in a harmonious, beautiful, loving relationship, you wouldn't be bothered by it, what your partner is saying to you. You wouldn't be bothered by it. You would be like, okay, he's having a bad day, he's having a rough time, or he's tired from the work, so whatever he says, it's okay. Let him say, does, act, behave, whatever he wants to do, and you just live your life because you know you're already in the relationship. You know that the next morning when he's going to wake up, he's going to be feeling good about it and he's going to come back to me and it's going to be amazing back again. So you're not going to be feeling bad about it, right? So if you're feeling bad about the things that are happening outside of you and you're not feeling okay with that, that means you're not shifting. That's also actually stopping you in shifting. That's also the reason. The last reason that I want to cover is the fear of failure. If you act and feel and shift into this new reality of you, and what if you do that work, you be that person and nothing outside of you changes, then you're gonna be failure, that you shifted into that identity and nothing changed outside of you. Now that's never gonna happen because that's not how the things work. If you totally change and be the person who already has what you want, guess what? The 3D has to change. The outside has to change. Because it's inside out, it's not outside in. So it has to change. But your ego is like analyzing, what if it's not changed? What if I'm gonna fail? It's gonna be failing publicly. You don't have to declare to everybody that you're shifting identity or reality. You don't have to say to anybody else, in fact. Nobody, you have to declare it. You can be person right now without even saying and talking about a word to your person, to anybody. And it has to change. So these are some of the reasons that's stopping you in shifting based on my own personal experience, based on the people that I've seen, common reasons. Let me know what are the reasons for you that's stopping you from shifting. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in this video. I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.